that's your little tidbit, which only you now know.
5 seconds.
Two people might see this. Tweet him if you hear this. All right, let's go.
Radiant team ban.
Hello and welcome to the StarLadder Minor. This is the EU qualifiers. My name is Nomad. I'm here with Mo Farah, and this is OG versus Kaban in the group stages. But of course, it's not your regular group stages because someone will get knocked out. I believe it's a 3 versus 3 in each group. So yeah, if you come bottom of your group, if you lose both of these games, then you're gonna be in a tricky position.
I can't wait for everybody to draw 1-1 when we get more games. I'm really excited. It's gonna be great.
So, OG, of course, you know, we expected big things for them. You know, they won TI. They got to the, I believe they got to the last minor, didn't they? They skipped the first round of DPC. Still struggling to really find that TI recovery energy right now. I mean, you know, we've been hearing the guys talk, and No-Tail especially has been saying a lot of stuff like, you know, I don't feel the pressure anymore. You know, I don't feel any, you know, it's just fun right now. Which is great and all, but obviously it is affecting their performance a little bit, so hopefully they can find their feet and come back into this series in a strong way and make a great start to this to these qualifiers.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It'd be good to see them regain their feet again. Night Stalker ban's the interesting one to me.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that first phase ban so far. It has been... I feel like it's one of these heroes that's being run by some teams and just not touched by others at all.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I think we've seen it a lot in EU just because of an NIP start-up, but Kaban start with a Pangolier pick, and then the CK, which is a lot more common than what we're used to, but Pangolier, very interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. They're obviously just confident with the hero. They can play it mid as well, I'm pretty sure. I think 9 plays it. So, flexible with that role, and you don't want to give away the CK with the Keeper of the Light as well, so they pick that one up for themselves.
10 seconds.
Obviously, everybody running this CK at the moment, a very popular hero. A strange opening.
Remaining.
Imagine if someone told you last patch that someone would open with a Pango CK soon.
Yeah, definitely not what we're used to seeing in this meta, or in any meta, actually. I don't think Pangolier's ever been particularly popular, except when Ice is playing. So OG respond with a Troll. So they got Kotl and Troll. I mean, this Keeper of the Light hero, he's pretty strong right now.
Yeah, he's very good. Offers very good team fight. Lots of wave clear as well with the Illuminate. Blinding Light's awesome against the CK. So is the mischance from the Troll whirling axes as well. So these CK illusions are not going to have a nice time at all. And if you chakra magic the Troll, he gets double axes as well. Double axes.
Wow.
Because there's 2 of them. So
Big.
smart.
Yeah, so MKBs are going to be the order of the day, I think.
You would assume so. I think if they hadn't picked this Troll here, it would have got banned in the next phase, so OG just take it straight away here. I'm assuming it's going to be a Thompson Troll, would be my guess. But I assume ILTW can play it as well.
Yeah, ILTW actually really likes this hero.
It's so sad to see Troll get picked though and Thompson not play it.
I mean, kind of. It's not one of those big Thompson heroes, though, I don't think. It's not one of those ones which you immediately go, yeah, this is going to be Thompson going crazy on it. You know, it's not a Pugner, it's not a Skywrath, it's not an Invoker. I think this is very much a flex pick for them, though. It's just something which both of their core players can play.
Yeah, it's really nice to pick up these core heroes in the first phase of the draft, which can play mid and safe lane. They're just super flexible, like you say, with where they can go. Kind of just opens up so many different draft avenues for your team.
10 seconds remaining.
Especially when you don't have the last pick overall. It's nice to try and throw in a bamboozle every now and then. It is. You want to kind of get the edge and keep the enemy team countering you rather than you having to counter your draft and tailor your draft to fix the enemy team's lineup. So it's always nice to be in charge on that respect, and that's what kind of first pick gives you these days. But of course, yeah, that 10th pick has been so powerful as of late. Like these 10th picks really do change games. You know, you just get that last hero, which can't be countered, and then you know, take an easy game. Absolutely. I'm assuming they're going to pick Cinderan's hero next on Kaban. Dazzle might be okay up against this Troll. You know, when he presses his ult and he just starts whacking somebody and can't control it. If you just grave them, Troll just starts running around hitting a graved unit over and over again. Yeah. Not the best, has to be said. Yeah, there's a few things like that. And like as well, if you build halberds and such as well, you can just kind of make him sit there very angrily.
doing absolutely nothing. And that's kind of the power of the CK as well. You know, you can build those kinds of items. But one of the limitations of CK, which we've seen a lot recently, is the fact that he doesn't really build these auras, which have been so important in team fights recently. Like the Crimson Guards and the Pipe as well, these damage mitigation items, you don't really seem to see picked up on the CK because he wants to be a little bit more aggressive. He needs to have that pick-off potential in order to be an effective hero. So I'm going to be interested to see how Kaban work around that, but they do pick up a Rubik, and OG immediately respond with a Tiny. That's going to be a Jarek's Tiny, I think. You would assume so. I mean, this Rubik pick is super greedy here. I assume it's going to be Biva's hero. You would assume, and they'll play the Pango and the CK's cause, and still yet to pick Cinderen's hero, but I don't really see why the Rubik was so necessary here. I don't see anything. Like, it's not like they picked it into a mag or something, which makes the spell still really valuable. Yeah, if you can get Will-O-Wisp, it's great. But I'm not sold on this Rubik pick. No, it's a little bit of an interesting one. Would OG have taken it if
I assume it's going to be CK offlane at least. Might not be. What do you pick? Dazzle's in the pool, pretty good against Tiny and Troll, but... Oh, wow. They get Life Stealer here. I mean, we've seen the Troll picked into the Life Stealer recently in CIS region, so I'm surprised about this pick. I feel like the Troll deals with this hero pretty well.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Life Stealer... Well, I don't know, it's not so interesting, you know, as you say, it's a common pick, but at the same time, you know,
5 seconds
it's a way to pick up into the Troll, which is usually seen as a counter. Also, Coddle doesn't do too badly against him either, because he can, of course, use... I believe, does Toss go through Magic Community?
No.
No, it did once upon a time, I'm sure about that, but yeah, obviously not the case anymore.
I mean, the Rage is really good against the support combo, but I feel like if he gets with his Radiance against the Troll, it'd be really helpful. I'm just a little bit worried about the Kaban taking a little bit too long to come online. Yeah, and because they haven't picked any lockdown, apart from a Rubik lift and a CK stun now, they just go with the Morph. I wonder if it's going to be mid-Troll or mid-Morph. I assume IOTW will be playing the Morph in the safe lane, and Thompson will be playing the Troll mid. But again, it's this flexibility where both these cores can play in either lane. So they don't have to decide that until they see this 10th pick from Kaban, just to see the whole of the draft before they decide which core goes to which lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What do they go for? So they're missing a Seb hero at the moment, it feels like. I guess he could play Tiny off lane, but like you said, I think it's more of a Jerax hero. And they're missing that aura builder, the team fighter. Darkseer is still in the pool, which might not be too bad. Not great against Lifestealer because of the rage and whatnot. Oh, and one thing we haven't mentioned, you pick the Morphling into the Lifestealer, you get a free BKB. It's very nice when you turn into that Lifestealer and you can pick up the rage for yourself. You can turn into Chaos Knight and get the passive as well. And get the stun. This Morph, it's a really good Morph game, actually. Much better than I first gave credit.
Yeah, I mean, they've got so much kite for this Lifestealer. This is a hero which is pretty slow. It needs to be constantly hitting heroes in fights in order to be effective, and they've got this Morphling and Troll Warlord dual core, so it's very much feeling like Lifestealer might not be able to pull that off this game.
No, I feel like...
OG's turn to pick.
Oh, they ban out the Earth, so they're assuming it's Rubik position 5. Okay. I feel like they need something that wins lanes a bit more than this Rubik, honestly. So we're missing Step here. Darkseer is still in the pool. Beastmaster got banned. Axe is still in the pool if they really want that. It's not a bad Axe game at all, actually. Does okay against the Lifestealer. It's good lockdown for the Pango, especially when it goes through BKB.
5 seconds remaining.
What will they go for?
Yeah, a lot of options here for the offlane pickup. Can also, I don't know, the Beastmaster did get banned out in the 5th phase.
Tide got banned out before as well, which is another one that would have been really good. I still think Darkseer is okay.
Yeah, Darkseer is not too bad. I mean, it's one of these heroes where you can basically just say, all right, I'm picking Darkseer, you're picking Lifestealer. You know, Lifestealer doesn't really care about last hitting under tower, so you're going to have a good lane, I'm going to have a good lane.
Wow.
We'll just get along, but they actually go for the Necrophos.
I mean, they have no burst damage on Kaban. So how do they kill this Necro when he uses W? When he uses his Ghost Shroud?
They're going to need to pull out something with the... I mean, Rubik does quite a lot with Fade Bolt, so you've always got to be careful of that. And also the Pangolier Stances could really mess with this Necrophos' game, but at the same time, as you say, you know, the Fade Bolt is not enough to burst down a Necro, and it's really good versus the CK and the Lifestealer, because these are two heroes which want to right-click you, and Necrophos just presses W. Ghost Shroud means you can't be right-clicked, and life is pretty good.
Feels like they have a really greedy tri-core, though, on OG. Like, if their cores start falling behind this game, it might be really difficult for them, and that's an awesome Batrider pick as well. That hero owns Necrophos in the laning stage, you just run him down. Yeah, that's kind of brutal. So I assume Kaban here are going to want to try and get this Batrider in a 1v1 against the Necro. You know, if they can, with their laning stage. Synderen's actually playing the Chaos Knight, by the way. Position 5.
Oh. Yeah, no, they will have to work one out, but still. Yeah, 5 positions CK. Alright, we've seen it in the 3. I think we've seen it in the 4 before, but in the 5 is going to be really interesting here.
I assume that wasn't the plan coming into the draft when they picked it so early on. I mean, it was always an option, but it wouldn't have been the main plan. But when they saw how good of a Batrider game it is, I mean, there's no reason not to pick it up.
Yeah, DKFO was like, put me in captain, I'm ready.
It beats all 3 of the OG cores in the laning stage. This Batrider should have a really good start to the game. And it gives a Vessel for the Lifestealer as well, which is super good. Just get that infest on the Batrider, blink in, out pops the Lifestealer, and you can just blow somebody up in the lasso duration.
Yep, a really nice vehicle for him to take as well. CK also couldn't be a bad one for Lifestealer to get inside as well, you know, with that Reality Rift and such.
Yeah, you could. Pangolier as well. That sounds exciting.
Oh yeah, Pangolier. Roll in and out pops a Lifestealer. So that's a scary combo.
I don't really see what the Rubik is supposed to do this game at the start. It feels like he can't really roam around and get kills. And I'm interested to see how 9 plays this Pangolier mid as well. I think you just put Topson... Yeah, Topson's playing the Morphling, so they're going to put the Morph mid against the Pango and abuse the Pango's really weak laning stage. That's... that sounds rough for 9. I mean, we've seen this hero have a bad laning stage, but it doesn't matter. The Pango just rotates around and finds kills instead.
This is going to be a fantastic Morphling game, and who else to have playing your Morphling than the Topson? The guy who's attended 2 LAN, one of which landed him, was it $11 million?
Well, not for him specifically. But...
Well, you know. we don't know what they did with the money, but yeah.
God, everyone's tipping ILTW.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I don't know. I just want to get his Battle Pass levels up, I guess. Oh no, it's Dota Plus. Maybe he's saving up for a set.
I love the celebratory gong, by the way. They have to use it as while they can because it, you know, expires tonight. So just keep going. Might as well start using. Yeah, you see, Topson's decorating all the trees mid as well.
Yeah, making it at home. You know, this is it. You know, radiant side of the map is better for the mid lane. So what he's doing here is he's just making himself feel like he's in the mid lane, so he lanes better. It's very smart, very high intelligent plays.
Oh, they've put the Batrider in the safe lane to try and lane up against that Necro. So they're doing this aggro try with the CK Lifestealer Rubik. Sounds pretty powerful to me. No-Tail, he might be in trouble here.
Yeah, that's the stun coming out onto him, and he is not a tanky boy. A couple more right clicks will be required. He's got the Fade Bolt, and Bivor will draw first blood. A little bit questionable there, coming up onto that high ground, but maybe just not enough respect being shown to the heroes on the side of the Radiant here, as they do draw first blood onto that Kotal.
I mean, it's good, but it was also revealed that there's going to be a tri-lane top. So you see the Necro starts heading over. Troll's going to run bot to lane against that Batrider now.
Yeah, this is classic. Just, yeah, I'm just going to go feed, and whoever kills me means we swap up the lanes. Easy.
Oh, yeah. Very smart. Like worth.
Yeah.
It's good.
And, yep, Topson now runs his troops down this lovely lane. He's spent a lot of time decorating here with all the trees putting up. Look at this. Lovely. Great job, Topson. Do you reckon he'd be a gardener if he didn't play Dota?
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty then, let's get into it. Game number 1 in this best of 3 series between Kaban and OG. This is Synderen, Stack, DK Phobos, 9, and some other friendly faces around. versus the TI winning team OG. Struggling to find their form once again, but definitely want to make it to this minor. As Topson starts up the lane versus 9 in mid. He's going to be alright.
Oh, top lane. Going on the necro.
Oh dear, Sep taking some damage here. Doesn't have time to level up Ghost Route just yet. He's trying to heal himself up with Death Roll. Jester comes in though with the Avalanche. It's enough to keep Sep alive, just about. A great rotation there from the Tiny to keep his offlaner alive, who is now in the safe lane. Very confusing stuff.
It'll be interesting to see how this Batrider plays his safe lane, though, I think, more than anything. We're going to use this pull on the big camp and the small camp using Firefly. Apart from that, he's going to struggle down here until he gets a few levels online.
Yeah, that's true.
I also said 9 might have a rough landing stage on this Pango, and then I looked at the CS chart.
Yeah, it's been a good start. Meanwhile, Phobo's taking a bit of damage down bottom, but he's going to be okay. Yeah, 9 having a pretty nice time in the middle lane so far, but you know, just a couple of levels needed on the Morphling to really get him going in this lane. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. It's not a matchup I'm used to watching, so maybe this is good for the Pangolier. Get a couple of nice lucky hits in, maybe life is good. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Syndren's getting kind of low. As DK Phobos, though, being chased out by No-Tail here. He's going to need a couple more right clicks than what he's got as he's running through the fire to try and get this kill. He doesn't have an Illuminate. Maybe with a wand he will. Yeah, fires it up, charges it. DK Phobos does catch it, but the right clicks, it's not enough. The Tango regeneration as well. DK Phobos making it to the high ground as the stun comes in from Cinder and the backlines onto No-Tail here. They're trying to get the... he's still chasing. No-Tail, he wants this guy.
I mean, this troll's just getting free farm. He's like, yeah. No-Tail's like, please, can you come and help me?
Oh no, he's been bamboozled. DK Phobos makes it to the trees. Nice little path cut through there by No-Tail. Should leave the creep aggro. Meanwhile, all this is going on. They get the kill on Seb at top, and Biver will die to the tower afterwards. Meanwhile, No-Tail still being chased down. He actually tips Cinder in.
Just chasing around in the trees. I mean, you get the kill on the Necrophos top, but the tiny Jerax has managed... Oh, they do it again. They go for the toss back on RMN. On Skitter, sorry, not RMN.
Skitter.RMN, of course. I really wish players would stop doing this. Pretty sure this is Samael who started this off with. Actually, no, it's been a thing for ages, but players tend to... Oh, morphing in. Okay. Thompson just baiting me out by going on to 0 HP and then eating a Tango with a crazy health regen.
Isn't RMN the liquid coach now, I think?
Yes. I'm not sure. Disarm and silence onto Morphling here. Kind of annoying, but nothing more than that.
The thing is, as long as Thompson can play on really low health here whenever he knows the swashbuckle isn't up.
Yeah.
So he's okay.
9 is going to try and go for a cheeky kill, probably with the shield crash point. If Thompson's not aware that he's got that. It just gives him that extra bit of nuke, which he might need. But yeah, Thompson just playing on the knife's edge in the middle lane. And as long as Biver is seen, then he's going to be absolutely fine to get away with this, probably, because the CK can't blow him up. It's just a fade bolt from the blue, which could catch it, or a lift or something. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, it's awfully messy down here. It's ILTW laning up versus Cinder and Skitter with the help, of course, of No-Tail. Just ruling, pretty much. It is so far a pretty good lane for ILTW. As Lifesteal has fallen behind a little bit at the start here.
Something I want to point out quickly as well is that, or not point out, but say, I've watched 9 carry so many pubs recently on Pangolier just by himself, pretty much.
Oh, really?
He is a very good Pangolier player, yeah. That's why they're so confident in just picking it first phase for in mid. He's insanely good at this hero.
You know, Morph now has his bottle as well, so yeah, not really a big threat on him in the mid lane as 9 comes in and gets the last hit. But yeah, I mean, Thompson has a lot more damage, but 9's just been playing around a lot with this swashbuckle. And of course, a lucky shot disarming Thompson makes it really hard for him to get CS in this mid lane, as we're seeing right now. He's okay, guess I missed some CS now. Not much I can do about that. Trying to get aggressive onto 9 here, but this Pangolier is actually super tanky as well. So yeah, great start to the middle lane from 9 here as he battled it up with the top dog.
It feels like they need to try and enable this Batrider more. They've moved him up to the top lane to lane against the Necrophos, but
he's just... I know he's better than this. I'm really worried Thompson's just going to go down to the swashbuckle because he seems to be coming into him. He's making me think he's going to drop it.
Some action bot lane as well. They're fighting for the rune.
Yep, they're going in as Skitter trying to tear through ILTW here with that open wound. Biver coming in as well as there's 3-on-2 right now, and ILTW might be going down. Pops a wand though, wants to find Cinder, and he's got does close the gap between the CK with the axis coming out, and the blast as well will finish off Cinder, and ILTW getting under tower. The right click comes through, but it's not enough to bring them down. They actually survive on OG, so they keep both their heroes alive in the bottom lane on nothing at all, as ILTW does make the great escape. He's going to grab himself a shrine as well.
That extra armor from the tower really kicking in there.
That one armor, thank God.
Do you know how much armor do you get from the level? Is it 1 or 2?
Seb is under tower. Oh, it's 2 now. Yeah, they keep changing that kind of thing. So I don't blame myself for not knowing that. Phobos tossed under tower by Jerax.
Mid lane. He's going on 9
as well. Yeah, Topson trying to chase down the Pangolier here. Will not be successful. Meanwhile, Phobos and Jerax just kind of playing around with one another. You know, I'll pop Firefly, so I've got to do a thing or two though. Jerax toss Avalanche. Just one more right click will be needed. He's pinging out Thompson. Get over here. There's a free kill for you. But unfortunately, Thompson's hitting creeps. He's like, no, I'm good, dude.
He has no points in waveform, so he can't get over. And
the just double disarm on Tiny as well. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, while all that was going on, Skidder gets killed onto No Tail. So kills happening all across the map to start off this game. It's pretty exciting start to the game. I'm into it.
Yeah, it's going pretty well. It's good fun to watch.
Oh no, another kill goes on as Jerax finally finds a kill onto DK Phobos. DK Phobos getting very greedy there and actually going for some jungling with one low HP. And Jerax just runs in and goes, oh, hi, you're still here.
Out come the gongs.
Yep, the celebratory gong, which does not sound celebratory in the slightest, by the way.
Jerax manages to finish off that big camp as well that the back rider left behind, so he hits the level 5 now. He's so highly leveled. I don't know how he's managed this.
This is a happy Tiny. That's a happy little Tiny.
They smoke up. They want to play with this back rider now.
Yeah, they don't have 6, so kind of interesting they're going for the smoke, but they want to make something happen with the 3 points and Firefly. I'm just wondering, I don't know, we talked about Necrophos dominating the Batrider in lane, but Batrider's got nothing right now, and Jerax is going to reveal the smoke, but he's now the one on low HP, so probably repeating the mistakes of his former victim here as Kaban will get a kill.
I don't know if you just saw what Jerax did. He pulled the big camp up and then tossed one of the creeps, the jungle creeps, to his lane, and it aggroed them.
What?
I'm pretty sure they was changed that so it wasn't supposed to happen, right?
Dunno. Wait, so
He pulled the big camp, and then just as he got above that where that rock is, he just tossed the creep to his own creeps, and it aggroed them.
Huh. That sounds neat. Jerax comes back here, but Cinderin and DK Phobos are ready to pull off the exact same move again. Viva has not left either. Very short-lived. Oh, meanwhile, the axe comes down onto Cinderin, so they will be able to get a kill with that Reaper's side, but Jerax is absolutely hunky-dory as they're looking for more, chasing forwards onto Phobos and Viva, but they will not chase any further than this.
I mean, this greedy laning stage from OG has turned out really strong here. They're starting to pull ahead now, 2k net worth up. Really enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
It's not like their supports are having a bad time either.
No. Life is good for OG right now. Yeah, 2k gold advantage, and you know, that's the thing, right? At first they kind of drew even in the mid lane. Admittedly, Topson has pulled ahead now.
Oh, top. They get the Rubik.
Okay, they come back in, and OG find another kill, but ILTW goes down in the bottom lane. Man, 2 lanes, and then we go to mid. That's a questionable camera work right there. But yeah, as I was saying about Topson, you know, if you trade evenly with this Pangolier in the middle lane, then you're perfectly happy with that of a Morphling, because you're going to do more with the items you get from the lane. You know, Pangolier would rather be brawling the entire time, and both of you get very little from the lane. I
don't know, it depends on that point though, because I don't think you can say he does more. I think they just have different power spikes in the game. Like if the Pango gets a good start early on, he can use that farm more effectively early on, or earlier than the Morph at least.
Yeah, that's true, but I would still say, like, you want the lane to go, you know, Pangolier is an aggressive hero, you want the lane to go better for him.
You do, but at the same time, Pango doesn't have the strongest laning stage, so I don't think you can expect him to...
downfall for hero.
Just in general, yeah. I feel like it's one of the highest...
They're going in here, but they actually toss Cinderin back into No Tail and ILTW here, and he's just going to get eaten alive. Goodness me. A bit of a bait coming out there from the Tiny as Jerax plays around with Cinderin a little bit.
Why does Morphling... Surely he shouldn't be able to use Firefly if he's made of water.
Yeah, he should just immediately evaporate, shouldn't he? Become a cloud.
what do they go? What items are they building here? I'm interested to see what. Oh, Necro's going Midas. Okay. Oh, fair enough. He gets a damage talent at level 10 still, so the Midas, the attack speed you get is pretty nice.
That's a big damage talent as well. 30 damage. I think it used to be 40 as well, so.
But when you have a morph and a morphing and a troll, and then you're building a Midas on your other core, all mid.
Yep, I'm trying to keep Topson stun locked, but unfortunately he does manage to get out of that pit in the trees, and Topson just throws out the tip and gets straight back to farming. It really wasn't much of a room there.
That was a really good idea though. He had an invis room, so
Will comes down. They want to get the return kill onto 9 here, using that Deafening Blast to keep him inside, but with the 2 TPs coming in thick and fast, OG need to know they can get themselves out. But there is no threat from Kaban. Although the triple silence onto Morphling there, goodness.
Triple silence.
Yeah, he's feeling extra unable to use his spells.
So you get really annoyed at somebody and you want them to stop talking.
You think Tango would be overpowered at those stacks?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's already pretty good. People are really starting to unlock the potential of that hero now, it feels like.
Yeah, he's just incredibly annoying. Topson going in onto 9 here though. Wants to chase him down, but Cindering coming in from the side will be able to land the stun onto Topson here. Brings him back, and with the silence coming out, he is already morphing strength though, and he's just going to throw in a bit more as he throws back the Bat Rider, who tries to go for a flame bait, but just gets blasted back to his side of the river.
Give him the gong.
Yep. Celebratory gong off escape.
Okay, so the Midas is online for this Necro now.
Yep.
Pulled it out to the lane and almost instantly uses it on the big camp there.
Good,
nice to see.
There. Well done, Seb. Keeping it legit.
It's a very... It feels like this game is very much on the supports to make something happen for either side this game. I mean, all 6 cores are quite happy to just sit and farm. I feel like DK Phobos on the Bat Ride is probably the only one that's kind of moved around a lot in terms of the cores.
He's trying to close the gap between some heroes here. Jarak's actually going to get caught inside this lasso as Kaban lay down the pain onto Jarax here and will be able to find themselves this kill. No spells even being able to thrown out by the Tiny there as he just gets lassoed and picked off. But he's kind of okay with that. You know, the affirmative comes out, a celebratory gong from Topson as well, as they just say, it's whatever, you know, they've used lasso. It gives us more space to farm, and that's exactly what I want in this game. Space is the name of the game, and they're getting there rather quickly.
Yeah, Skitter is going for this Radiance as well on the live Stilo, like we talked about being very good against the...
Oh no, Topson found a kill in the middle lane. Damn it, he actually changed it to the Pangolier as well to get that kill, I bet. That was quite something to watch, but unfortunately didn't quite catch him on a step, being run down by Kaban here. They've got Phobos on top of him now, but he's going to pop that Ghost Shroud as they come in with Reality Rip, so that extra armor hit not going to come off as he now got the Reaper's side. It's not going to be enough to finish off the Bat Rider, but with the right click coming in from LTW, they will be able to get that kill. Now they're towards Cinder, and as LTW just flies in with those axes and gets himself a double kill here in the top lane, so OG just respond with twice the force to Kaban's gank at the top lane, and they get a lot from it as well.
Yeah, it might be a scary sight, wouldn't it? The troll just got thrown at you through the air while Axis was swinging around.
It's flying out of his body. Interesting. Meanwhile, Jarax finds his stack and he's like, oh, give me. And Biv is just like, nope. So he bolts it up. Last creep. Who's it going to go to? Meanwhile, 9 is actually taking a ton of damage here. But...
Wow, good rolling thunder though.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing a bit. Where's the team coming in? Iron Man's going to go on to No-Tail here. They move over to find a kill. The man on his horse is dead. LTW has to back himself away. Open wound's not available for another 13 seconds. The slow comes in from 9, though. That lucky shot helping out here. But now LTW comes around. Oh, no, they've got the Reaper's side there. But Reaper's side comes out. They actually find the kill onto 9. And now they turn it around with an ultimate from the Troll as well. Cindering also dead. Skinner going to turn around and try and fight this one. LTW open wounds is out onto him. That Mischance not going to help out because of the rage. And now the lasso comes off onto the Morphling. But he is morphing strength, so Topson is alright, but Jarax might not be as he's just dying in the flames right now. Turns around, throw out an avalanche to give Topson the space to get away. Biv somehow getting the triple kill there on the Rubik, but this time OG are the ones who fall short.
Yeah, really nice by Kaban. I like that they're committing all these heroes to the fights when they kick out. You know, sometimes we see one player in most games where they just want to farm and try and catch up. We've seen it with live seeders before when they're going for this Radiance. They like to just not join any fights at all until they have it online, but this game, they know they can't afford to give OG any kind of momentum with the late game lineup that they have.
Yeah,
you have to be able to fight early on here if you're Kaban.
Absolutely, yeah, and Skitter knows this and he's joining these fights, and yeah, that was a result, a good fight for Kaban at last as they managed to whittle down OG's gold lead a little bit further. They're up to 4k earlier on, but that has now gone. But yeah, that's the problem, it's going to go back so quickly, like even with this Lifestealer with the Radiance. You know, your other two cores are a Bat Rider and a Pangolier. They just don't farm quickly enough to be able to contest OG's farming speed. So every time there's not a fight going on, OG are going to be pulling ahead on this net worth. So it's very important for Kaban to be finding these openings.
I don't know, the Bat Rider and the Pangolier do farm fast.
Yeah, but not as fast as a Morphling and a Troll Warlord.
Oh, I don't know, Panga's farming speed's pretty insane if you're allowed to jump from camp to camp.
Okay. Meanwhile, No-Tail goes on a bit of a warding journey, does die for it, as OG need to get themselves away, but drums being popped. Kaban looking for blood here. Cinderin trying to chase, but it's not going to happen. OG will get themselves away. I'm going for. I think Nine's going for the. Yeah, he's going for the Guardian's Greaves this game.
Yeah, we've been seeing this a lot on Pangos at the moment. It's just nice to have those aura items like we talked about. That he's kind of the only real one that builds them.
Cheeky pick up of the bottle here, and actually the Reaper's Side coming down to Morphling. Biver stole it in the last fight and used it literally just before it runs out. Like that was on the edge of running out there, and somehow Biver finds a kill with it. That's unreal.
I thought he died before. Like after you used it top lane before.
No, they got
apparently not.
Kill,
it's just
life was good.
He's still going. He's really farmed on this Rubik as well, actually.
Yeah, he's just got a triple kill, so yeah, he's now getting even bigger, heading towards that blink at an alarming rate. Biver could be a bit of a pain in this game.
He
really needs to blink on the Rubik just to try and initiate on the Morphling as well before he starts morphing into strength.
DP's coming in at bottom, RTW, no one wants to stay for this tower, but Cinderin's going to close the gap with Reality Ripper. Now they need to get themselves away. Will-O-Wisp being used, going to hold Cinderin still for now, but in comes the bowling ball, knocking over the pin. But they will stolen one to Cinderin. But yeah, all of the Will-O-Wisp now coming down. They'll pop the ultimate on the side of Troll Warlock, but just yours them up for the time being. Does close the gap onto Biver here, but that Will-O-Wisp is keeping him in control. So the entirety of his ultimate Seb now being run down. He's inside the Ghost Trap, but he's being burnt alive, and Nine will finish off that kill. Skidder gets the credit for both of those kills as Kaban take another awesome fight in the bottom lane, and OG fall apart.
I mean, I said it wasn't a good Rubik game. I was wrong. Biv was playing this Rubik so well this game, getting these really key steals off, and that's all the cores on OG just taking turns dying there. That's
yep. Yeah, all three have gone down in the last few minutes, so this is going to slow down their farm exponentially. And look at this, Skidder just taking over on that net worth chart. He's almost got the gold for a Radiance already. He's sending that courier over to himself with what's the courier got it? One clarity. Okay.
And we talked about these lack of heroes that build teamfight items as well. OG actually, like the Necro can build them if he wants to, but he seems to be going a different route with his item build. So when these teamfights break out, like
he literally just changes it up as you talk. Yep. He's,
how exciting.
Yeah, he's now going to finish up that Yules and go for that Guardian's Greaves himself, which I think is very important in keeping people alive in these kind of team fights, especially with the amount of spread damage which Kaban have. You just don't want your whole team kind of falling low and then your supports becoming easy pickoffs, or even your cores for that matter.
Absolutely.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
When this Pango gets Greaves, the Lifestealer is going to have the Radiance. Well, he's got it coming out on the courier very soon.
Tower is under attack.
He has just picked up the relic from the shop and pick up the Radiance recipe from base, and I think it's going to be go time at that point. The Bat Rider's just picked up Blink as well. They've hit a really big power spike on Kaban at the moment.
This is a huge power strike. OG do not want to fight them right now. They will take this bottom tower as Thompson gets himself away. No-Tail just kind of being the gank barrier here, being like, yeah, if you're going to take someone, take me, and he will get lassoed, and Thompson just goes, alrighty, I am getting the fuck out of here, as they do bring down No-Tail.
This is the problem with OG's draft. Like, Kaban hit this power spike, and OG have started feeling really greedy. They've got this Midas on the Necro. You've got the Manta on the Morph. The Troll's got a Yasha. I think he's going to try and go straight for this BKB now because he realizes that they have to be able to try and fight. But
yeah, I mean, they're controlling him up so well that his ultimate that it's pretty much a useless spell at this stage unless you can get this BKB online at a decent timing. I mean, it's a pretty bad ultimate at level 1 anyway. It's basically like a Shallow Grave, but you can't control yourself in it, so... A very bad Shallow Grave, basically. Scans being used. They're going to see No-Tail again here, but I mean, I almost feel like DK Fove was like, no, I don't want to kill No-Tail again. Come on.
Yeah, I was about to say the Rubik had Will-O-Wisp, but it's just run out, so yeah, that's a real shame for him. They really wanted to try and use that in another team fight before it disappeared.
At last.
Yep, does end up running out before he can get it off again, but that is the life of a Rubik. Get these big spells, and then of course no big team fights to use them in. But that's that's just OG. That's how they need to play it. They're avoiding the team fights right now. They're just looking to get some money. Yeah, I do say that, and they're all smoked up in the mid lane.
This is the Jerax Blink reveal as well, so this could be a big moment here for OG.
Yep, both teams running into each other, but do they really want to fight? Well, I mean, if they can get the pick off before anybody gets here, then it won't be a fight, it will just be a gank, which is obviously what they want. DK Phobos is getting himself away, so OG will not find him. And they're kind of a little bit confused as Cinderin going for the TP out. They will spot him, and Avatos, this should be a kill as they charge up the Coddle Blast, and boom! Oh, actually misses him. That was anticlimactic.
Come on, man, but, you build it up like that.
At least the tree gets it.
Is that the BKB I see for the troll? It is. Okay, so OG's team fight a little bit stronger now, especially with the blink on the Tiny as well. I'm really surprised that Kaban aren't trying to force things here, though. Feels like they are very strong at this point in time.
Yeah, their power spike is quickly becoming a power hill, as we might be coming down the other side of it, but we shall see. I mean, the Slicer is not going to slow down. His farm is only going to increase in speed. It is, at the same time, so is the Morph and the Troll. Yeah.
And this Necro has a Midas as well.
He's not using his Midas, he's on strike. He's just waiting to get to the creep camp. There we go.
They're just sitting behind Topson here in the mid lane. They know that Kaban are going to want to try and protect this mid tier 1. But apparently,
well,
they've read the game well.
Kaban not really that interested in their tier 1 right now. They are going to let it fall as they push in bottom and the top lane. So maybe looking to push down this this top tower right now. OG
middle tower is under attack.
Hanging around down in the bottom jungle.
They don't want to go for that mid tier 2 when they don't have any vision of the left hand side. They're not sure where Kaban are, so be very careful.
But this is so good for OG because they're currently sitting here and they're going like, well, you know, we're kind of moving around the map as a 5 and no one's coming towards us, which is exactly what we want. We don't want to be having to fight this. And they get a tier 1 tower for it as well, you know. This is all on Kaban right now, I feel, for them to make the movements, for them to make the rotations. And so far, they're struggling to do that. But, you know, lifesteal is still a problem, still pulling ahead as we expect, but... Oh, here we go, bit of action as they get Silence up immediately on. Oh, they throw down the Ignis, they only catch Cinderin inside of it though, and in comes the bowling ball, rips his backland. Cinderin going to pop the ultimate as they grab Necrophos inside the remaining lasso, but they can't get him in time as the ult comes off. It's actually going to be able to bring down DK Phobos. Seb still alive somehow. I'll be able to just BKB to do what he wants in this fight. Seb does eventually drop, as does Jarek. Skitter is now into his fight as Topson, changing into that Pangolier, trying to find himself a kill onto Bibba. Will be successful as that Silence comes through, but Kaban are leading a force through the backlands, and they'll be able to grab themselves. RTW can't get the ultimate off. The Topson finds yet another, still playing around inside this Pangolier form, but it is starting to run out as the open wounds come out, but up onto the high ground he goes, and back into the Morphling form. He's just playing some games. He's playing Topson Dota. He will survive. He will get himself 3 kills, but his team is dead. It is a 4-3 wipe for Kaban, so they should be happy with this one, but maybe not the convincing victory they were looking for.
It's so nice watching a Panga get silenced by lucky shot and just being, yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah,
that's what you get.
That was my entire laning phase, Pangolier. How does it feel?
Yeah, I mean, Nine just absolutely went crazy in that fight with the Rolling Thunder as well. He killed Jerax off almost instantly. As soon as the Rolling Thunder finished off, used that swashbuckle, and Jerax just fell so fast. You really want to be engaging with that Tiny, blowing somebody up at the start of the fight, making it a 4 versus 5.
Yep, getting them DMGs in early is basically the entire point of Kemen's draft this game, I feel, because if you don't, this Morphling, this Troll, and this Necrophos are just going to sustain themselves to the end of the air.
Absolutely. You see, they are having problems with this Morphling, though, and trying to control and lock him down.
Yeah, and he's nearly got himself a Scatty. Topson, he's closing the gap between himself and Skitter here.
I'm surprised he's not going BKB. I think it's a very good BKB game up against this lifesteal of the CK, the Rubik, for example, and all the magic damage from Batrider too, but he can just tank up. I think he knows that even if he gets lassoed or stunned, he can survive through it. They don't really have the ways of dealing with this morph.
I was just looking there as well. Topson got himself a total of just over 1,200 gold in that last fight as well, just for the 3 kills he got, so wow. Very profitable engagement for him.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh no, they found an illusion.
Yeah.
Disaster. And they're smoked. Again, they're just mirroring each other's movements on the map.
They really are. It's quite the dance of Dota they're doing this game. As once again they're based it up. But OG's splitting up a little bit. Bibba will see The Kotl gets himself some chakra magic. Hello, mana time. Fate bolts for days. They're looking though. Their Spat Rider is heavily pregnant and expecting a beautiful baby life stealer. As the smoke runs out, Thompson being very cautious as he should be. DK Phobos popping the Firefly. No, here is it. Oh no, ILTW's in for Roshan. This could be a big problem. There's no tail caught out. Lasso comes out and they will tear him apart. No chance of him by ILTW popping that BKB. Not sure if he actually wants to go into this one. It's just a crowd of CKs up on this hill. And his BKB is just going to basically go completely to waste. They'll actually toss back ILTW into his teammate there, Jerax, helping out his homie, but might be run down here as DK Phobos getting those sticky napalm stacks onto him here. Skeda closing the gap as well. Jerax will certainly be dropping. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, they've actually managed to hold Seb and Thompson still. Jerax still not going down. It's a little bit messy as Notel comes back and is getting chased down by the Life Stealer. The rage runs out, but Jerax has dropped Cinderin though, dropping low as well. They do find that kill, but ILTW held still silenced up, can't grab that ultimate off. He will be able to use it as soon as the Greaves come off as well. ILTW will have to pop that ultimate, turning around onto Skidder. Meanwhile, 9 picked up on the backlines. Now the rest of OG can come out to help ILTW as they look towards the trees. Thompson trying to chase his Iron Man Skidder quick infest into his teammate. Thompson just finding them in the trees here, just penning them in and beating them down as Seb comes in to join, saying, hey, what up guys, I heard there's a party in the tree. Am I invited? But he's actually getting beaten up by Cinderin and Skidder. Will have to pop that Ghost Shroud. Getting low though. He's running out of HP and he is going to die. Thompson as well could be in some trouble. He turns his lasso, raises himself up and gets himself away. Nice little play there to escape from that fight. But it is going to be OG losing 3 and only 1 death on the side of Kaban as well. And don't forget that the Notel did actually go down twice in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, that was really nice by Skitter on the Lifestealer. As soon as the Keeper of the Light brought back, he just beelined for him. And he forced him to use the Will-O-Wisp on nothing, basically, just on the Lifestealer himself. Oh, they found the Tiny.
Yeah, Jerax might be a further fatality here as Skinner's just going to close the gap, open wounds. Thompson coming in. He wants to get a cheeky kill onto Biver here, and we'll be able to do so with that rage from the Lifestealer. So, bit of a trade, and Thompson got 674 gold for that kill, while Skitter only got 248, so definitely a favourable one for OG.
I mean, Biver's so rich. It's not surprising he gets a lot of gold. He stole Reaper's Scythe in that last fight top as well on the Rubik and managed to kill off the troll with it. So
damn, he keeps getting those big steals in these fights.
Really well played by Biver.
Close game coming out. Surprisingly so, perhaps, for some. But then again, we're used to OG maybe struggling a little bit in these qualifiers, so it's very entertaining to watch. But
yeah, I mean, I still feel like this Morphling is the big trump card coming into this late game, though. Yes, Lifestealer is very tanky, and they can't really deal with the Lifestealer either, but Morphling is really going to start to output that damage when he gets another item or 2 online.
OG just being kind of cautious here, but yeah, I mean, these fights are close though. They're not convincing from Kaban. It's not like they're jumping on OG and OG just trying to scatter and run themselves away. If they get a good Will-O-Wisp off, then these fights could be completely different. But yeah, as you say, Skitter doing an excellent job just zoning out the Kotl, knowing how important that Will-O-Wisp is to these team fights and making sure that it can't go off.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's not just Skitter either. I think all of them have got really good target priority at the moment in these team fights, making sure they bring these squishy supports down first. I say squishy. Tiny's not very squishy, but yeah, no. I mean, you get my point.
He's literally a rock. BKB out from DK Phobos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is a big pickup from him. This means that they're not as scared about the Will-O-Wisp, because it's not going to ruin their initiation with the Flaming Lasso, because you can just pop that BKB and ignore it.
It's really good against all the heroes on the Dive side, this BKB. I would have assumed he was going to go for a Force first, but stops for the BKB on the way.
DK Phobos. Lysila gets inside him once again. Trying this old doozy again. Meanwhile, Jerax pushing down this bottom lane. And like, this is one of those things where they have no sight here, so Jerax are very likely to die doing this. Luckily, they're actually looking for an aggressive rotation on the side of Kaban, but it wouldn't even have mattered if he died there, because he's making, putting pressure on this tower and forcing Kaban to play basically tower defense and not Dota, which is definitely not what they want to be doing. Seb jumps forwards with a blink there, but doesn't find DK Phobos.
They put a sentry down. OG saw that whole rotation, by the way, because they had a ward just next to the Roche pit. So
yeah, they got this area whole really well warded, so
they knew the Batrider was coming, so they just played accordingly. Notel even pushing up a little bit just to try and tank the gank if it did come in their direction.
TP's coming in again from DK Phobos. You can tell ILTW is a troll warlord. He's like, man, Roche hasn't been taking this game, and this makes me furious. But there's really been no opportunity for him to do so, and it'd be very slow Roshan. You know, Lifestealer, he strikes me as this kind of hero which should be good at Roche, but he's not. He just takes it very slowly.
Oh yeah, definitely not in this game. He's not good at taking Roche.
I mean, it's the build and everything as well, right? Radiance and Manta. Can we talk about Manta and Lifestealer as well? Because that's a little bit interesting, isn't it?
It's very good though, this game, especially when you. I mean, you wouldn't build it unless you were one, you had a Radiance, or two, you're playing against a Tree and Protector. I think are the only two occasions you ever see Manta on a Lifestealer. It is good this game though. It takes off the Whirling Axe's mischance. Yeah. Very nice. It just like they don't really deal with illusions too well on this dire side either. Helps you split push lanes and whatnot. You see at the moment he's just sending the illusions bot to try and push out the wave.
Oh, Thompson replicates the illusion, and we'll steal a Lifestealer form for that. That's kind of nice. Rage available for him.
The Lifestealer is definitely going to be the target priority for a Morph to take over now.
Yeah, that Rage is invaluable. Who needs a BKB when you've got Rage?
That's true. I mean, the Pango has been really nice in these early game engagements, but having that free BKB gets more and more important as the game goes on, it feels like.
No, but what if you turn into the CK, and then you Manta, and then Reality Rift with your illusion?
Wow.
I know. That's the kind of next level thinking it takes to be a professional Dota caster, guys.
Do you run classes, like night classes?
Yeah, but only for top tier players.
Oh, right, okay.
So you can't join.
What? Top tier players. How to cast by Crusader Nomad. I still feel like both these teams are so scared of the other team taking the Roshan that they kind of just hover around it, but nobody commits to it.
Yeah, but again, you know, this favors the OG with this late game lineup absolutely perfectly. As if no one's taking Roche, then they are happy.
Oh, you say that, but 9's scaling super well on this Pango too. He's actually just picked up the Basher, so lots of control coming out in these teamfights, lots of damage as well.
Yeah, these swashbuckles are going to be a pain.
Is under attack.
Yeah. I mean, the level 25 is so key on making Pango a viable late game as well. That minus 3 second cooldown on Swashbuckle is pretty insane. I mean, you can get the Rolling Thunder cooldown, but I think with the island build he's going, that Swashbuckle cooldown is absolutely invaluable.
He's playing more of a damage-focused Pango than a teamfight Pango. Sometimes when we used to see these off-lane Pangos, they would go for the Rolling Thunder cooldown. Sometimes you got it off twice in one fight, and
Thompson jumping in the CK4, trying to blow up, but just get bashed up by 9, and now the lasso comes out, but the Will-O-Wisp in response to the BK from DK Phobos means they can find the kill onto Thompson immediately, and just like that, Kaban find 2 kills in the river, and OG lose their big bats puddle.
That's such a big kill as well. Thompson just brought out for the Daedalus, he actually doesn't have buyback here. So if they can get this Aegis and then force the high ground, they might realise very quickly that Thompson doesn't have it available.
Yeah, this is hanging in the balance for OG right now. A really good pickup from Kaban there, and I don't know, was that Will-O-Wisp thrown knowing that DK Phobos had BKB? I'm not too sure, but I don't think it mattered either way, because he was just in that lasso and they got down to the low ground and blew him up super quickly. Skidder with a ton of damage coming out.
Yeah, I love that they've given this Batrider a gem as well. They're in control of the game at the moment on Kaban, so you want to take away as much vision from OG as you can, try and control these team fights, 100%. Seb in a little bit of a bad situation, but manages to TP out. Kind of caught between some heroes there.
Yeah, just pushing out lanes, trying to delay. They're very much aware that Morphling doesn't have buybacks. They're just trying to put some pressure on. But Kaban, they didn't go for the push afterwards, so they will never get to experience.
What? They just tossed the troll on the swashbuckling Pango, so he just flew through the air in different directions. It's great.
Oh, cool. ILTW though, in some trouble. That's a lot of damage coming out from 9. Gonna have to pop that BKB, but doesn't have mana for the ultimate afterwards. Oh no, that feels bad. As they will TP out on their tiny. Seb in the trees though, might be getting run down with that flying vision from the Batrider. They do close the gap. Now the lasso comes out and Seb can't do a damn thing as he's beaten down by Kaban. OG starting to sweat here as they lose another 2 hero.
You can really feel the lack of team fight at the moment on OG. It feels like they're just getting picked off one by one. They can't really force an engagement at this point in the game, so they're trying to split the map up. You see at the moment Thompson shoving mid again now. Just trying to avoid Kaban as much as possible, but with the Batrider just scouting around the map, with the gem especially, OG can't read these movements without the vision.
And Kaban up onto the high ground here as they will start to push in and try and get these buybacks out of OG. Thompson just going to go straight in with that Rage. He's trying to bring down 9 nice and quickly here, but he does get low, but he back himself up. Rage going to now run out. Could be in some trouble. Razio have come through, but nice man to dodge on the stun there by Thompson as Skinner jumps in. Thompson just going to respond with a Rage of his own. He's just trying to blow him up. Now goes into the backline, trying to jump on top of Cinder, and Thompson pretty brave here to come forward, but does get lifted up. Can't pull off the Rage in time, as then comes the Will-O-Wisp with Goobers onto many here. So holding down, but Thompson in trouble. He's going to drop. In comes 9 with just all the damage in the world, and now they chase down No-Tail on the backline, but importantly Seb going to get dropped as well. RTW pops that BKB, but can't do anything here as he's stunned up once again. Swashbuckle comes through. He's going to have to pop the ultimate, but he's just whacking into a brick wall. Now disarmed by the Pangolier as well. RTW can't do a thing. Garcia on no health. Finally go down. They get Jax as well, and GG is called. Game number 1 goes to Kaban. This is not the start to his qualifiers OG was looking for.
Really well played by Kaban, though. I am 99.9% sure Pango won't make it through to the next game. I think it's going to get banned almost straight away. It was a great performance by 9. And really I think my MVP is probably going to be Biver on this Rubik, actually.